This is an awards ceremony, but not just the ordinary awards ceremony. We want to handpick the most frantic, grumpy, huffy-puffy, Islamophobic personalities of the year, the ones who love to hate and hate to love. Surely you have a favourite? Join us for the Islamophobia Awards 2014. Book your ticket now.
This is an awards ceremony, but not just an ordinary awards ceremony. We want to handpick the most pathetic, blind, excuse-making, morally insane Islamophiliacs of the year. The ones who tolerate hate and love to ignore the suicidal, religiously insane elephant in the room. Please join us for the Islamophilia Awards 2015. And as always, may the hitch be with you.
In what can only be described as a freak show of epic proportions, the Islamophobia Awards represent everything that is wrong with society. A total miscalculation, a complete denial of the facts about reality, an utter sidestepping of the heinous, inexcusable violence committed by Muslims, not to mention the awful, hideous, insidious ideas of that religion. The only thing more mind-destroyingly obnoxious than the Islamophobia Awards is who they gave it to. You could not imagine, I could never have guessed who they gave these awards to. It was so shocking. So in 2014, do you know who won the Islamophobe of the Year award? Just guess. Guess who won that award? Barack Obama. I mean, Barack Obama is in my personal top 10 for Islamophiliac of the Year. And they gave him the Islamophobe of the Year. Why? Because drones, because Guantanamo, because Iraq and Afghanistan, just wars that he didn't start, that he actually stopped and ended. Just totally different scenarios, but just let's group all drone attacks into one. They were all bad because they were all against Muslims. Yeah, that doesn't sound tribal. That sounds pretty rational. Barack Obama, the guy who says this.
At the same time, we have reaffirmed again and again that the United States is not and never will be at war with Islam. Islam teaches peace. Muslims the world over aspire to live with dignity and a sense of justice.
You couldn't get a guy more on the side of Muslims. Somebody who is more than happy to deny the problem, to the point of saying, oh, ISIS is not Islam. Islam is a religion of peace. It's nothing to do with Islam. I mean, this guy is the problem. Love him, but he is totally ass backwards on this issue. I mean, shamefully on the wrong side of history. But then again, much to our dismay, the man is a Christian himself. A delusional, Jesus-believing, human sacrifice cult member Christian. So, how much can you actually support a guy who is that disastrously wrong about the nature of reality? So then 2015 comes along, and guess who they give the awards to this year? So for the UK Islamophobe of the Year, they gave it to Maajid Nawaz. The former jihadist who has turned Islamic reformer, who is somebody who has condemned Muslim extremism, terrorism, and the horrible doctrines of Islam, and recommends a massive transformation, a massive reformation. He's writing a book with Sam Harris. He is getting death threats constantly from who? Of course, from Muslims. In fact, you're doing something right the more death threats you get from Muslims. Maajid Nawaz deserves a Nobel Peace Prize, not the Islamophobe of the Year award. If Muslims of this world were all like Maajid Nawaz, this would be a non-issue. We would look at the Muslims the same way we look at the Jews. Maajid Nawaz is as likely to behead somebody as Woody Allen is. So, simply astonishing. It only gets worse though. Their grand prize this year for Islamophobe of the Year went to, I kid you not, Charlie Hebdo. Unfortunately, they could not be there to receive the award because they were shot to death by Muslims. Oh, I'm sorry, radical extremists who were Muslims. So yes, they gleefully besmirched the name of the recently departed, the recently murdered. You could not put a more ironic cherry on top of this poisonous cake. A group of people looking to satirize the Muslim community, the ideas of Islam, their lack of a sense of humor, their horrible doctrines, and they get murdered for it. Then you turn around and have these Muslim sympathizers invent a word, Islamophobia, in an attempt to avoid all criticism of their religion, and give that award to the people that were just murdered. Could any other gesture discredit the term Islamophobia more than this? No, I don't think so. I suggest we follow Douglas Murray and start to think of Islamophilia and Islamophiliacs, because they are all around us, folks. They come out of the woodwork. It's not just the Muslims. I'm not even talking about the Muslims. I'm talking about people from the West who are too cowardly to confront this issue. They would prefer to put on rose-colored glasses and just talk happiness and try to use language to deny that a problem even exists. So when 99.8% of all deaths caused by terror are by Muslims, they turn around and say, no, don't focus on that. The problem is white people being racists. That's the problem. Just stop hating. You shouldn't hate people. They deny that ISIS is Islamic. They bring up the fact that Christians once did something bad. They do anything in their power to avoid facing this problem. It is unbelievably shameful. Now, I think we should have two categories here: individual Islamophiliac awards and by country. Because in my research into this topic, and in the footage that I've seen, I have noticed a trend from certain countries that deserves special recognition. Now, as an American, I was baffled to see so many liberal people, Democrats, people from my culture, completely whiff on this topic and come out as such Hitler appeasers. So damn wrong and so damn weak on this. But then I started looking at more videos, and wouldn't you know it, Australia has more hippy-dippy, self-hating, liberal cowards per capita than I think any other country. So Australia is a front runner for the Islamophilia Country of the Year award. That's before I started looking at Canada. Canada has taken this pussification to such a degree that they are clearly now the front runner. Canadians are so nice and so likable and friendly that it is their downfall. They are totally clueless when it comes to Islam. And it is fascinating to see just how oblivious that entire nation can be. Other countries that deserve honorable mention? England. England is rife with just backward-ass stances on this issue. Starting from the top down, David Cameron's views on this could not be more disastrous. This is the leader you have? This is the leader you have chosen. Just rancid. The man's ideas are putrid, and he deserves to be publicly shamed. Going beyond that, how about the tolerance of Scandinavia? The Scandinavians are all so goddamn nice, and what has it done? It's led to them being stabbed in the chest and shot at free speech rallies and bombed and stabbed and all, raped, you name it. Go to Malmo. Go to Malmo, Sweden. Sweden could be the top of this list. Sweden is another top 5 candidate for the Islamophilia Country of the Year award, which I am starting as of this year. You want to start memes? You want to play word games? Come up with terms like Islamophobia? It's time that Islamophilia gets the recognition it deserves. And that is my goal as an atheistic kangaroo. I support Douglas Murray, everything he says and stands for when it comes to this issue, and I would like to amplify his voice and give him a louder microphone so his message can be heard across the world where it so desperately is needed. So please, in the comment section, nominate an individual for the Islamophiliac of the Year, and nominate a country and give me reasons why. Give me links. I will investigate. This is going to be a YouTube award show where we will have the top 10 countries and people. Thank you very much, and Allahu Akbar.